Hello everyone, it's nice to have you back here on my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing 8 things that you should know if you were ever sexually abused as a child. A lot of adults grown up today were abused as children, and they had to live with the effect and trauma of the experience that they went through when they were children. Living with such sexual abuse can be very traumatic and emotionally confusing for children. When they become adults, they become confused. They are just as confused as they were when they were children. Now, it's very important for an individual who has been abused to have knowledge about child sexual abuse. The reason why they should have knowledge about it is because what you don't know, you don't understand. What you don't understand, you can't help the situation. So if you are a victim of child sexual abuse, you need to learn about child sexual abuse, what it's all about. And in doing that, you give yourself knowledge, and that knowledge helps you to cope with the trauma that comes with child sexual abuse. The act of child sexual abuse is done in secret. It's shrouded in secrecy. And when it's done in secret, it means that it's done in the dark. Nobody knows about it, and you're the only one and the abuser that knows about it. Now, because it's done in secrecy, it's quite difficult for children to come out and say that this has happened to me. I have been abused. Even as adults, it's frowned upon. Why? Because in the society, there is this stigma attached to discussing child sexual abuse. And coupled with this, it makes it very difficult for anyone who has been sexually abused as a child to discuss that trauma with anybody. And so it is kept within themselves. So you see a child who was abused sexually as a child grow up with that secret inside of them. You know how hard it is sometimes to carry some secrets inside of you, especially when you know that you need to share it to feel better, or you need to share it for so that others can learn. So you see a child growing up alone in that secrecy, and it's hurtful because after a while you begin to see yourself as different from other people. You feel like you're different. You feel damaged. You feel like there's something wrong with you, but there's nothing wrong with you. The problem is that you have gone through something that you are not able to express or to discuss with anyone in order to seek help. Because it's only when you discuss your trauma that you are able to get help. It's only when you seek help that you will get counsel. And so this is what children go through, which is very, very lonely. And this brings me to my first point. One of the things that you should know if you have been sexually abused as a child is that you will feel very lonely. You will feel very lonely. You can't discuss it with anyone. You can't share it with anyone. Whatever trauma you're going through, even the aftermath of the abuse itself, you are going through it. Not only did you go through the sexual abuse itself, you're also going through the aftermath of it all by yourself with no one to talk to. It can be very confusing and very lonely. So one thing you should know if you have been abused before is that you will have a feeling of loneliness. And if you do identify that feeling of loneliness, it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because you're not the only one. A lot of people have secrets concerning what happened to them as children, especially those that have been sexually abused. You're not alone. And thank God that the world we live in now, you can get counseling, you can get therapy. There's so many non-governmental organizations waiting to receive you, to counsel you. These are people that deal with the exact trauma you are going through. And so they know how to get you out of it. So you don't have to feel alone. If you have just been recently sexually abused, know that you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. There are so many people you can contact, organizations you can contact. With confidence, go to them and say, this is what has happened to me. I need counseling, and they will give you counsel. So that is one of the points in the things that you must know if you have been a victim of child sexual abuse. You must know that you are not alone. You must know that you are not alone. That there are so many people out there. If you ask 10 out of 50, adults, they will tell you that they were also sexually abused. A lot of people, by their house helps, by people they trusted, by their fathers, by their mothers. And so, if you have ever been sexually abused as a child, please know that you are not alone. And that there's so many of us out there who have also gone through that experience and we have overcome because we have gotten the knowledge we need and the counsel we need. And we know that we're not different. We're not strange. We're not damaged goods. We're not, you know, people that will never do good or never do well in their lives. People that should be ostracized. No, we went through an experience that we didn't ask for. And if anyone should feel lonely, not you, the victim, but the abuser. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. I hope that you've learned one or two things. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you also want to share it, feel free to share the video. And if you have comments, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you and see you next time.